Yo, what's going on, y'all? This is Marcus Rosa, aka Mazuma TV, back at y'all with another live, man. I hope everybody's having a blessed, beautiful, positive, productive night. I hope you had a great day overall, man. Back at y'all with some more boxing talk. We're gonna get into some topics today, man, and hopefully have a special guest by the name of Greg Hackett on the show as well. I reached out to him pretty late, so it might not happen, man. That's my apologies, just being busy throughout the day. You feel what I'm saying? We're gonna talk about, is Xander Zayas ready for Sebastian Fundora? Man, this is going to be an extension of a conversation we had yesterday, along with Caleb Plant and Jamal Charlo returning in May, but unfortunately in separate bouts. And then we'll be going into some open boxing topics. And I actually spelled that wrong, so let me go ahead and edit that. My apologies for that. And we gonna get it. We gonna get this show on the road, man. So all of y'all who's in the building right now, if y'all could hit the like button, that'd be very much appreciated. That'd be very much appreciated. You know what I mean? Shout out to everybody that's in the building. Marissa with the first comment of the day. She says, "Hey, Mark, how are you doing? Sorry, I haven't been in the chat lately." No, that's okay, Marissa. I appreciate you coming by and supporting everything as well. You know, I got my son sleeping in the other room. I mean, we putting some things together for my girl's business and all that good stuff, man. We got some good things going on. Feel me? And I can't complain. I hope you're doing well, Marissa, you and your family. Nate Johnson finally got here early. I appreciate you, brother. About time. Welcome to the channel. J Cash, what up? Nody Gang, what's good? I'm chilling, bro. I can't complain. Feeling extremely blessed. Coffee Plant, what up? Go 787 says, "Salute, I'm early today." Fuck. Oh, all right, man. You can leave and come back later, man. Come back in like 10 minutes. We definitely gonna start cooking for sure. But I'm trying to see if Greg Hackett cool with coming on right now. I don't really be expecting people to be coming in like on my time and shit, man. I'm a night owl, you feel me? So yeah, I mean, some people like to get their work done early, and then a lot of people like to go to sleep around this time. But me, yeah, I mean, niggas ain't going to sleep till like 1, 2 in the morning on my end. So, yeah, I mean, that's just me, though. That's how I've always been wired. He said Greg probably sleeping. Greg had reached out to me at 9:27. He said 9:21. He said, "Yo, cuz." So, yeah, I mean, I don't know. I responded more than an hour later. Nate Johnson said, "Let's talk why Plant and Charlo ain't fighting yet. PBC need to let Charlo get his get back." Hey, listen, man, I'm sure that was something they was been trying to put together, but you know, it take two to make a fight, and it may be possible that Jamal talking about, you know, he probably want to tune up before he get in there with Caleb Plant. You know what I'm saying? We don't know. We don't know exactly what's going on. Maybe that was something they was trying to make, and you know, to be in the best position, maybe Charlo requested a tune up or, you know, a get back fight. You know what I'm saying? I don't know, but you know, to have them on the same card, that's kind of crazy. You know, considering that the history that they have and Jamal making it clear that there's bad blood between them and shit like that. I don't know if you want to put these guys on the same card, put them on the same stage during a press conference. I don't know. Shit could get real messy. Shit could get real sticky. You feel what I'm saying? So I don't know, man. I wouldn't. I don't know exactly what their intentions are. If you're going to put them on the same stage, on the same card, it should be against each other, in my opinion. I would love to see Caleb Plant and Jamal Charlo fight, but, you know, we all know that Jamal Charlo ain't in the best situation life-wise. He's not in the best headspace, you know, at this point in time. You know, I seen this man on IG Live talking about how he don't want to box no more, that he just want to spend time with his family. And once fighters adopt that sort of mentality, you know what I mean? They showing that they tapped out. They don't want nothing to do with the sport. It's hard for them to stay focused. It's hard for them to stay motivated. You feel what I'm saying? Jamal Charlo had plenty of opportunities to face Canelo Alvarez, but for some reason, you know what I'm saying, he hasn't been stepping up to the plate, talking about how he's not ready and, you know, he's not in a position to really take a fight right now. If he's turning down huge paydays against Canelo Alvarez, you know what I mean, there's something serious going on with Jamal. You feel what I'm saying? Just my personal opinion. But you know, for him to be coming back in May, that's a good joint. The end of May from what I've been hearing, but you know, who is it gonna be against? Is it gonna be at the super middleweight limit? You tried to fight Jose Benavidez at 160 and you came in overweight. So you technically a super middleweight. The WBC, you no longer have that title at middleweight. So you might as well just go ahead and transition to the super middleweight limit. Just like Demetrius Andrade did. You feel what I'm saying? So and there's some good fights for Jamal Charlo to be a part of. If he fights Caleb Plant, that's a good fight. If he were to turn around and fight Demetrius Andrade after that, that's another great fight. I still feel like Demetrius Andrade is deserving of an opportunity. Andrade been calling everybody out. Caleb Plant, Jamal Charlo, all the top guys in the division, but everybody's been ignoring him. You know what I'm saying? So I would love to see him give an opportunity as well. There's a good mix-up in the super middleweight division. Ronnie said he's 168. Okay. Well, he a super middleweight then. So, why not face Caleb Plant? Nate Johnson said Charlo could fight Andrade and then Plant. Well, Andrade ain't no pushover, man. He definitely ain't no pushover. And if you look at Demetrius Andrade like a tune-up, you might fuck around and get tuned up yourself. So Demetrius Andrade is very talented. Fast hands. He got good power. He's unorthodox. He could box. He was a high-level amateur. This man is a 2-division world champion. You definitely got to put some respect on his name. You feel what I'm saying? He just hasn't had, that great of a resume because he fell victim to the politics of boxing and some bad business moves. You feel what I'm saying? So it's unfortunate, but, Demetrius Andrade, whether he fights Jamal Charlo or Caleb Plant, they're both great fights. You feel what I'm saying? That's a good mix-up between the three. You can't go wrong with either or. Whether we talking about Plant Charlo, Plant Andrade, Andrade Charlo, you know what I'm saying? Like, it's all good fights. It's all good fights to be made right there, man. They just need to go ahead and roll the dice and stop worrying about, tune-ups and all this shit. You know what I'm saying? Just get your ass back in the ring. Forever Dedicated, what up? Playing versus Boo Boo, a good one. Yes, it is. That'll be a great chess match. A great chess match. Caleb Plant could box. Demetrius Andrade could box. Caleb's fast. Demetrius Andrade is fast. I do think that Andrade is a bit more explosive. I think his hand speed is a little bit better, in my opinion. But Caleb Plant is the bigger guy. And he could put people lights out if he catch you with a good shot. Demetrius Andrade, he put niggas on the canvas. You know what I'm saying? So that's a good stylistic matchup. You know what I mean? Forever Dedicated says, do you think we see both Charlo brothers, Andrade, in the ring this year? Well, I don't know exactly what's going on with Demetrius Andrade. I'm sure he wants to get back in the ring ASAP. He hasn't fought since he lost to David Benavidez. So I'm sure he'll come back at some point in 2025. But when, I'm not too sure. The Charlo brothers, on the other hand, Jamel is definitely coming back soon. I think TGB Promotions, Tom Brown said that he'll be back at the end of the summer. And they're talking about Charlo will be back in May. So I hope so. My answer to your question is I hope so. And I think it's pretty realistic. But, Caleb Plant Demetrius Andrade actually fighting, there's some question marks there. And, his career has been plagued with inactivity, man. And I would hate to see him inactive in 2025. You know what I mean? Especially since he getting up there in age. You know what I mean? Inactivity kills. And if you older, that just makes your chances worse of possibly bouncing back. Slime, what up? Let me answer Nate's question first. Marissa says she ready to see Plant back in the ring. Me too. I like Caleb Plant. He walking like he talking. I respect him. Nate Johnson said Andre messed up by not following through with the Jamel fight. That was the beginning of his bad decision making. From what I heard, that was something that his manager over at Rock Nation had fucked up. You know what I'm saying? But he has made bad business moves in the past that has derailed his career for real. For real. Andre could have really been a star. To be honest with you, he got the charisma. You know what I mean? He got that it factor about him too. You know what I'm saying? He got an exciting style, intelligent. He know how to win. You know what I mean? He could have been a star, man. That's sad how the way his career panned out. If Jamal, Forever Dedicated said, if Jamal is like himself, you got him over Plant. I don't know, man, because I like Jamal Charlo's style, man. He, flat footed type of fighter, which is okay. I mean, great piston like jab, uh, got good power, well balanced, good punching power. You can tell he's intelligent too. I like his controlled aggression that he has, and when he knows a fighter is hurt, he got good finishing skills as well. But we haven't seen that side of Jamal Charlo in a long time. But to answer your question, if Jamal is like himself, my favorite performances was Sergey Derevyanchenko, like the Brandon Adams fight. Of course, the J Rock one was his coming out party for real. Cornelius Bundridge was another good one. He's had some good performances. You know what I'm saying? So I'm assuming you talking about those good performances right there. He could definitely give Caleb some problems, especially if he catches, Caleb on at the end of one of those punches. He could definitely do some damage. But I don't know. I think Caleb Plant's dog, his determination, his boxing ability, how slick he is, and I think he's quicker, got faster hands than Charlo. He definitely could outbox Jamal Charlo, in my opinion. You know what I'm saying? And I think that Caleb Plant, despite Charlo being a pro longer, I believe, Caleb has better competition on his resume. Like, let's just keep it 1,000. Like, this man Caleb Plant fought Canelo Alvarez. That man fought David Benavidez. He fought Andre Durrell. Like, he been around the block. You see what I'm saying? Jose Uskadegi, who was a champion in the division at the time, who was beating up on wait, was it Andre or Anthony? I think Uskadegi was beating up on Anthony Durrell. You know what I'm saying? So no, I'm saying Forever Dedicated. I'm saying that his performance against J Rock was his coming out party. Like, that let people know exactly that he made a statement. Like, he let the people know who he was at 154 when he defeated J Rock. J Rock was an undefeated contender, and there was a lot of people who thought J Rock was going to beat Jamal Charlo. You feel what I'm saying? Because of how great he was. Okay, so it was Andre Durrell. Okay, regardless, Caleb Plant got the better opponents on his resume. Like, if we look over who Jamal fought, is J Rock, Dervinchenko, Austin Trout. You want to give him Austin Trout? We can give him Austin Trout. Um, I don't know, man. That's always been a criticism of mine about Jamal. He could have been in much bigger fights, but he was either avoided or, it just didn't happen. Like, it just a lot of shit just didn't work out in his way. I've seen Jamal call out more people than actually make fights happen. I'm gonna just say that. Ralph, what up? Selecki? What we talking about? Jamel got a way better resume than Jamal, in my opinion. And it was crazy when they was coming up. I always thought Jamal was better than Jamel. You know what I'm saying? But Jamel just got better wins, got on a better road, did bigger things. You feel what I'm saying? It was like back and forth. Like, Jamal looked better early on in their career. Especially when Jamel was with Ronnie Shields, Jamal looked like the better fighter. Then when Jamel went to Derek James, he changed his whole style up, became like this big puncher, walk him down type puncher. You know what I'm saying? Start sitting down on his punches more, start getting these crazy knockouts. Then, like, Jamel started looking better than Jamal. Then Jamal will put on a good performance. And they be like, damn, Jamal. Like, they went back and forth for a while, but I think what really separated them was the accolades. You feel what I mean? Once Jamel became, unified when he beat Jason Rosario, you know what I'm saying? That's when it was like, oh, all right, Jamel really snapping. Then he went and he fought Castano. He got the draw. So then people was like, oh, damn, like, it's been up and down between the brothers. I ain't gonna lie to you. GHB, is that Greg? Hold on. They be trolls. They be trolls in the building. He definitely be trolls in the building. So let me see. Definitely be trolls in the building. You know, niggas be acting like Greg. Definitely be trolls in the building. You know, niggas be acting like Greg. See, that's fake. That's not Greg. Definitely be trolls in the building. That's not Greg, because they talking about he made that channel today. That's not Greg. Definitely be trolls. Yeah, man. Because somebody heard me say that I'm gonna bring Greg on the channel, so you know the trolls they ain't got no life. Greg, if that's you, hit me up on Messenger, bro. Cause I just wrote you. That's really you. But he got a whole channel that he been active on for years. And then he gonna make a new channel today just to hit me up on the chat. And I don't believe that. Yeah, man. Greg actually wrote tomorrow, like, do you want to do it tomorrow? And I said, I'm on now if you want to come through. Who got 18K subs? Yeah, Greg got like 18K subs. That's a page that was made today. Like niggas is lame. Do you see what I be saying? That's why like, you can't trust it. And plus, Greg got a whole profile pic on his YouTube channel. That one don't. It just got a G, like a default picture. Like super weird, bro. It's sad. But we gonna get Greg on here either today or tomorrow. Anyways. Bro, I'm trying to tell y'all, niggas is super weird. That's probably the dude who put that Spider-Man mask on the one time. It was on some weird shit trying to get on the live. You know, niggas is buffoons, guys. But anyways, like I said, it's always been, you know, a back and forth thing between the Charlo brothers, you feel me? But I don't know. That's a 50-50 for real. For if Jamal is able, because Jamal is a big dude. You see what I'm saying? I would trust Jamal more if he had some activity behind him. You know what I'm saying? Get 2-3 fights at 68, then face Caleb Plant. All right, now we getting shit popping. But the inactivity with the battles he been having outside of the ring and the alcoholism that I'm seeing him engaging in and all that, like I don't know if he beats Caleb Plant at this point in his career. You know, a focused, active, sharp Jamal Charlo, not just physically, but mentally, he would have a lot better of a chance. Caleb Plant would have to be very careful because Caleb Plant, he got good legs, he got good boxing ability, but he could be hit. You know what I'm saying? Like, we seen David Benavidez hitting, we seen Trevor McCumbee hitting. Like, he's there to be hit, especially in the later rounds, because it seemed like Caleb Plant starts to fall apart a little bit in the later rounds. That's always been like his Achilles heel, in my opinion. Like, he seems to get weaker as the rounds go on. Jamal, always been well conditioned, always stood strong throughout the entire course of the fight. I've only seen Jamal Charlo gas out once, and it was against that Mexican dude who, you know, he pretty much had hurt a few times throughout the fight, and then like he would step on the gas, and he stepped on the gas. He wasn't able to stop dude, so he ran out of gas. So it became a tougher fight towards the end. But Jamal, for the most part, has always been in decent shape. You know, always looked, you know, strong throughout the course of the fight. You could say that's because he knows how to pace himself. You know what I'm saying? You know, I guess that's what you could say. Yeah, Montiel. Yep. That's the only time I ever seen Jamal look fatigued in there. But that was because he hurt dude several times, and when he was letting the shots go off, you know, he was missing. You know, because Jamal, a lot of his finishes came when he stood nice and relaxed and he let the knockout come to him. But Montiel, he hurt Montiel and he didn't let the knockout come to him. He just tried to go for the kill. He was wilding out. And that shit didn't work. So now, you know, his gas tank on E. So now he got to get to the crib. You know what I mean? He done drove past all the motherfucking gas stations. And now, you know what I mean? He got to make it to the crib. But the gas tank, you know, he's not looking so good. Yeah, I remember Montiel. Montiel was giving Jamal work, bro. I was getting kind of concerned, like, what the fuck going on? Yeah, Jamal had to bite down on his mouthpiece and get that shit popping, cause that shit was starting to look dark for him. Now you get no that don't even sound like Greg. You're a fucking lame, cousin. Yo, somebody pack him. Cause this nigga Greg would have been hit me up if that was the case. He would have hit me up through Messenger. Stop it. That was a good fight. That was a good fight. But it was only a good fight because Jamal, made a mistake. Jamal fell off like Adrian Broner. Well, we don't know that yet. You know, Jamal's still an undefeated fighter. You know what I'm saying? He could bounce back. Adrian Broner, he lost to all the biggest fights in his career, resulted in an L. You know what I'm saying? And he really let the partying and the bad lifestyle get to him. You know what I'm saying? We don't know if the alcohol and shit caught up to Jamal yet. Because he was looking a little rusty initially with Jose, but he still put on the dominant performance. Yeah, I mean, shout out to Slime for packing him. Jamal hurt Montiel a few times in that fight. He did. But yeah, man, Jamal and Caleb Plant fighting on the same card, but in separate bouts is kind of disappointing in all honesty. But you know what I think is gonna happen is the media is gonna try to put Jamal and Caleb Plant against each other to build up their fight when they're not even fighting each other. So it's like Caleb Plant gonna be fighting this guy, Jamal Charlo gonna be fighting this other guy, and the whole time the media is gonna try to get Jamal and Caleb Plant to go back and forth with each other instead of their opponents. You feel what I'm saying? Caleb Plant, he like to run his mouth. Jamal, he don't bite his tongue for nobody, just like his brother. So it's gonna be a good back and forth, but they're gonna be the stars of the show and they're not even fighting each other. Why put them on the same card when you know that they got genuine animosity towards each other? The beef is real. And you know that once they run into each other, they're gonna be talking crazy to each other. They're not even gonna be focused on their opponents. For all that, you might as well have them fight and fight dates close to each other, but on separate cards, and then try to have them fight by either. No, fuck that. Have them if they're gonna fight in May, have them fight each other at the end of the year. They only motherfuckers on PBC only fight once or twice a year anyway. Have them fight in separate cards near the same time frame. Cool. Hopefully they both get their wins against their opponents. Then after that, then you could talk about Jamal fighting Caleb Plant at 168 pounds at the end of the year. That's what I would do. There's a lot of smoke at 168. Yeah. I just seen that what the fuck is his name, man? Hamza Shiraz just moved up to 168, so that's more smoke. You know what I'm saying? We got Diego Pacheco, Steven Nelson still game over there. Edgar Berlanga, Caleb Plant, Jamal Charlo, Canelo Alvarez, of course, he's still around fighting whoever he want to fight. Jaime Munguia, is Bekdamir still at 168? He's somebody you can't sleep on. Christian M. Billy, 168 got some dogs, man. They just gotta fight each other. Jamal could fight Anthony Durrell in his comeback. That'd be a good John. Jamal probably split that soft ass scar tissue that Anthony Durrell got above his eye. Bruno Sarase, that's another good one, Nate. Good observation. But Jamal might bust Anthony Durrell fucking scar tissue open. Every time Anthony Durrell get hit there, that shit bust. Pause. You know what I'm saying? A good jab, split him clean open. Or a good right hand, you feel me? But that'll be a good John, that's a winnable fight for Jamal. Anthony is up there in age. You know what I mean? So that'll be a good one. Yeah, Charlo versus Anthony. Yeah, they're gonna be talking crazy. Anthony gonna be talking greasy. He be talking greasy. Yeah, he had I ain't gonna lie, he was getting right with Caleb Plant. Caleb Plant a good trash talker, but he was getting right with Caleb Plant. You know what I'm saying? So He be talking greasy. I mean, it ain't work out for him, but he a good trash talker for sure. Where Al? Shit, don't nobody know where Al at. Ain't nobody was able to answer that question successfully. Where Al? Everybody saying, I don't know. Even the motherfuckers that work for him. I spoke to Roley on the phone. This nigga told me he never, I think he only spoke to Al one time. He said that during that shit that you recorded. He owned, oh, I shouldn't have said that on here. Anyways. Roley told me that I think he only spoke to Al Heyman one time. It was either he never spoke to him or he only spoke to him once. You said Roley ain't a factor to Al, but Roley done been in some big fights under Al, bro. Roley fought Tank. Roley fought fucking Eastside Cruz. Now he about to fight Ryan Garcia. Like, Roley building that resume up for sure, bro. You would think that he would no, we ain't right. I ain't gonna put that up. I just had that shit recorded in case he wanted to try my fucking hand. Cause one thing Mark don't be capping for the internet. If I say some shit, that shit really happened. Jamal finna take over at 54. Yasir, it's Jamal. Don't get them confused, brother. Jamal's at 154. Jamal's at 68. Supposedly. That's what Ronnie said. Yeah, Roley done got a lot of opportunities for somebody who started boxing late and, just pretty much jumped into the pros with no experience for real. He done been a part of some prestigious opportunities, man. He's in God's good graces, for real, for real. I mean, the WBA love Roley. Roley got a Sean Porter resume? Not yet. Sean Porter resume different. You gotta look, you gotta go back. Like, Sean Porter got motherfucking Devin Alexander, Kell Brook, Keith Thurman, Danny Garcia, Yordenis Ugas, Adrian Broner, Terrence Crawford, Earl Spence. Like, come on, man. Like, he done been around the block, cuz. He lost the majority of them. But they was all elite guys. Like, Kell Brook was one of them ones at the time. Earl Spence, we already knew who Earl Spence was in that Sean Porter fight. That was probably the last. That might have been the peak of Spence right there. Like the last good version of Spence we had. You know what I mean? Even though he was cutting corners and bullshitting around that time too. Like, Sean Porter done really been through the smoke. Roley not there yet. Like, Roley getting there though. Like, Tank, Eastside Cruz, Ryan Garcia, he making his way around the block for sure. Do I think Roley could win a title? Nah, not at 47. No disrespect to Roley, but I can't see him doing it. You know what I'm saying? Like, if we looking at like let's think about this shit objectively. Let's just keep it 1,000. Jaron Ennis. He had 47 now, yo. Jaron Ennis. Do we really gotta talk about that? Stan Jonas. Do we really gotta talk about that? Brian Norman. Do we really gotta talk about that? Brian Norman, too strong for Roley. Mario Barrios, that's his best bet. But I don't know. I don't know how he'll stand up to a good shot from Mario Barrios. I don't know that. Mario Barrios is a better boxer, in my opinion. He could probably rough Barrios up and hit him with a good shot. Probably hurt him. But he probably can beat Barrios. Slime, you say some stupid shit like that again, you getting timed out, bro. I don't even know why you talking crazy about Boots like that. You know that's my nigga. Yeah, Slime be smoking rocks. That crack different in Puerto Rico. But like Barrios probably still beat Roley, but that's his best bet. So to answer your question, I don't think he getting a title. I think he'll be a part of some big fights because he's a marketable dude. He knows how. He's funny. You know what I mean? Like a lot of boxer fans like Roley. You know what I mean? They be clowning him. They be playing. They be talking shit about him and shit. But a lot of people find Roley to be entertaining. And as long as you entertaining, you will always find because entertain. If you're an entertaining fighter, you're gonna sell tickets. People gonna pay attention to your bouts and shit like that. As long as you have that on your side and people want to see you, they're gonna keep giving you opportunities. That's just how this boxing shit work. You know what I'm saying? When Gabe Rosado was talking about, you know what I'm saying, he one of a kind, I agree with the nigga. You want to know why? Because he 23, he got 23 wins, 16, 17 L's. But because he always had an entertaining style, was always able to, satisfy boxing fans and leave fans in awe, he always got opportunities. Mike fight Aaron the Plumber. Yeah, I fuck with Aaron the Plumber, bro. That's my nigga in the real way. Shout out to Aaron the Plumber. I see niggas mopping carpet. That's what they doing now? That's dumb as shit. Like, why would you even do that? Hope he's good outside the ring. Who you talking about? Oh, you talking about Roley? Roley was just clowning in my he was just clowning in my messages yesterday. And he was on some funny shit the other day. They was like, oh, somebody came up to you because somebody ran up on Tank and was like, yo, I'm trying to catch the fade and shit. And Tank just like brushed him off, ignored him or whatever. They asked Roley, what would you do if somebody ran up to you and wanted to catch the fade with you? He said, I put them on my knees and make them suck my dick. I was like, what the fuck? I said, this nigga Roley wildin'. And I asked him, I was like, yo, bro, you really said that? He was like, wait, hold on. I sent him a message. I was like, bro, did you really say that? He said, laugh my fucking ass off. It's true though. This nigga Roley be wildin'. Yeah, Aaron the Plumber is fucking hilarious. I wouldn't want to be around a nigga like Aaron the Plumber though. He got a real short fuse and like I like to joke around and shit. If I say something to Aaron that he don't like, this nigga just start swinging on me. I'm like, bro, I ain't got time for that shit, bro. You gonna make me end up slamming you on your motherfucking biscuit because I don't want to do that to you. It's Derek Chisora, the best gatekeeper. They Gabe Rosado really done. He got a case. He got a case, bro. Gabe got a case. Like prime Triple G. You know what I'm saying? He fought prime David Lemieux that was out here just knocking shit loose. He fought Alfred Angulo, Luis Arias, Jalen Love, Peter Quillen. He fought Bekdamir twice. This man fought Willie Monroe, Joshua Clotty, Shane. I think he fought Shane. Did he fight Shane Mosley Jr.? I don't even know. I don't think so. Probably did. I don't know. But regardless, Gabe, Daniel Jacobs. Come on, man. Derek Chisora got Derek Chisora got a crazy list too. I ain't even gonna hold you. That's a good John. They both goats of this gatekeeper shit to keep it real with you. Bro, I thought he beat Peter Quillen though. Like Gabe should have been world champion, bro. That's the thing too. But like, you know how but Chisora, you think that Chisora done and he need to retire, and he just get a couple good wins, and it's like, damn. I don't know. Chisora, a motherfucking wild card for sure. That's the one we got. So why you watching it? We got it, weirdo. Yeah, hit them likes. But yeah, though. I don't think Greg coming on today. We gonna shoot for tomorrow. My fault, y'all. It just by the time ain't I non-stop working though. Work, gym, I get home, I gotta do shit at the crib. By the time I settle down, I don't even have enough time to send notifications to my YouTube channel to tell motherfuckers I'm live. I be having to come on live, right at the time, and then I'm always late for the live. I always get on like 10 minutes after 10:30 and shit. He said it's like that with Philly dudes can't agree on the time. No, I ain't gonna lie, bro. I completely forgot about hitting up Greg, bro. They just made Chisora the IBF mandatory. Why would they do that? Come the fuck. They made Derek Chisora the IBF mandatory for Daniel Dubois. The IBF be doing the dumbest shit. Like, listen, man, I understand Chisora, entertaining fighter. He just got a couple good wins. That's cool. But you gonna line him with you could say that Daniel Dubois in his prime right now, a prime Daniel Dubois. That's what we doing. No, I believe you, bro. I ain't even gonna look it up. I'm gonna take your word for it. A prime Daniel Dubois. This man Chisora already be already stuttering and slurred speech and all that shit. God damn. Don't nobody want to see that shit, bro. I don't want to see Derek Chisora in there with nobody, any top heavyweight that's in their prime right now. I'm sorry, I don't. You gonna let Daniel Dubois knock him upside his head with a right hand, he go to sleep, and they're gonna be talking about Chisora's a warrior. And that Chisora gonna be in there with a motherfucking patch on his eye trying to give the nigga a cheeseburger. Because that's what Chisora be doing. After a fight, he always give a nigga a cheeseburger and shit. So, come on, bro. Don't nobody want to see that. Oh, my God. That's crazy. No, he don't. Hell no. Nate Johnson said he got a chance against Dubois. I think he got Dubois fucked up, Nate. The run that Dubois on right now is gonna take. I think it's gonna take a sturdy motherfucker to beat him to stop that momentum. Mark, what topics will you and Greg touch on? We'll just we talk about the relevant, the current topics that's going on. We could talk about George Foreman passing away, unfortunately. We could talk about Xander Zayas and Sebastian Fundora, that fight being next. We could talk about Keyshawn Davis possibly fighting Edwin De Los Santos next. We could talk about a bunch of shit. What was the other fight that they talking about? Damn. What's the other fight? We was just talking about that shit. No, I think it was Xander Zayas and Sebastian Fundora being at the, Jamel Charlo making his comeback. We could talk about, where who's this? We could talk about Jamal and Plant coming back in separate bouts. There's a lot of shit we could talk about. Yeah, Dubois really revitalized his career. That's a fact. And you could see the confidence in Daniel Dubois. Like that Joe Joyce loss, that shit really fucked with Dubois, from a psychological aspect. When you talk about the Tank drama, what Tank drama? We could talk about, them possibly rematching each other and how the way that fight could go and what is it gonna take for one guy to win the fight and shit like that. We could talk about that, but at this point, man, like the whole knee situation, that whole controversy is old. You know what I'm saying? Like that's like beating a dead horse. You feel me? So the reality is we saw what we saw. We knew that should have been counted as a fucking 8 count. Tank could have technically been disqualified for the corner jumping on the apron during the live round. And Lamont Rose deserved to win that fight just based off of those factors alone, in my opinion. Oh, my pop trolling. Yo, you trolling, cuz never. I would never bring Pop. Why would you even suggest that? My pop be trolling, cuz. But no, New York State Athletic Commission acknowledged that it was the wrong call. but they're not gonna change they're not gonna change. Like that's crazy to me, bro. Yo, I had a should I even I don't even know if I should bring this up. I was gonna bring up like an example of that match. So there was one time. So y'all see how the New York State Athletic Commission was like, yo, that was the wrong call. You know, that should have been considered an 8 count and all that, but we're not gonna do anything about it. There was a point in time, I don't know what this is about, like a year ago. I got assaulted in front of police officers in plain sight. You know what I'm talking about?
No.
Hold on. Anyways, I got assaulted in front of police officers in plain sight. And they was like, yeah, we seen it happen, but, you know, there's not anything we could really do about that. It's like, what? I said, if it was vice versa, and I fucking if I let my shit go in front of y'all, I'll be in handcuffs right now. Yeah, but you know, we could fill out like a report, and you know, you could take it over there and get like a restraining order and stuff, but there's nothing we could really do about it. Like, we know it was illegal what that person did, but there's nothing we could do about it. I said, damn, that's crazy. So if I'd have let this right hand go and knock that person out cold, I will be in jail right now and probably lose complete custody of my son for being a criminal. So that's how I looked at the whole situation. Like, they telling you, yeah, you got did dirty, and we have the power to do something, but we're not gonna do it. That's fucking wild. That's wild to me. On some real shit, that would have probably discouraged me from fighting in New York. This nigga Tank crying about how Turkey Al-Sheikh was telling motherfuckers scorecards in people's corners. Whole time, this nigga had his trainer on the apron in his corner wiping his eye after he took a knee during a live round and did not receive a and was initially getting a count, but then reversed, just paused the count. I didn't know that you could pause a count while the motherfucker is counting. This man, Steve Willis, was, what are you doing? You know you can't do that, Tank. It looked like you taking a knee. No, it don't look like he taking a knee, bitch. He took a knee. Bro, y'all gotta understand the whole legal system is against niggas. Trust me, I done been through it. If I wasn't the responsible person that I am, if I didn't have what I had, I would have gotten done dirty. No. What? I'm trying to tell you, the system not designed for men to win. Nate Johnson said, I need some real explanation of why he would take a knee without being hurt. Tank has good footwork and knows how to clinch. Was easily avoidable with his level of experience. That motherfucker was trying to keep Lamont off his ass, bro. I'm trying to tell you. He was feeling that heat in that kitchen and he wanted a timeout. You ain't never see two niggas fight in a street fight, and when shit start getting hot, niggas be like, yo, hold up real quick. And nigga, no, ain't no hold up. That's the type of time Tank was on, in my opinion. Tank not accustomed to niggas stepping to him like that and really putting that pressure on him. You know, Tank don't like the fight on the inside. Lamont was working him on the inside, working him in the clinch. You know what I'm saying? Was countering Tank. When Tank was attempting to counter Lamont was countering his counter. It was like you could tell Tank was overwhelmed at certain points throughout the fight, especially in the later rounds. Do you see Steve Willis said, I can't speak on that yet? He a hoe ass nigga. What you done publicly, you could talk about Why you can't talk about it? Oh ass nigga. So the New York State Athletic Commission could talk about it. They could make out they could say whatever the fuck they want. The sanctioning bodies, they could speak about it. WBA could speak, but you can't. Why the fuck not? Do I think Tank got bitch in him? I think he do. I think that Tank is very talented. I think he has a lot of gifts that was given to him by God, and just him just being experienced in the sport, and he could blow away. Pause. A lot of motherfuckers just based off of that, just being talented, and just having what the experience that he has, he could trump a lot. He don't really need to. Those two things in itself will cover up the bitch that he got in him, but when he's in there with somebody who's able to neutralize that talent, when he's in there with somebody who's able to neutralize that skill set, then we get to see who Tank really is. Hence why I believe he's been avoiding top tier competition for so long. We requesting this fight. We requested Shakur fight. We requested Devin Haney fight. We back at 130 even. And look, like I said, I think he could beat all of these guys. Just my personal opinion. We requested all these fights. We requested Loma at 130. We requested Tevin Farmer at 130. We requested Devin Haney at 35. Tank at 35. Niggas asking for Keyshawn at 35. What the fuck is he giving us? Hector Luis Garcia, Roley Romero. He giving us Lamont Roach. He giving us everybody except who we want to see. Why is that? Why is that? If he could easily go down the block and make more money, and this is the thing, you can't say that it's a money thing and motherfuckers don't sell, because Tank will make a lot more money with a Shakur, Keyshawn, or a motherfucking Devin Haney than he would with a Hector Luis Garcia, Mario Barrios, all them dudes. The only person that you could say that he probably make more bread with is Ryan Garcia. Ryan Garcia, he was just a popular motherfucker that he was a popular fighter, wasn't accomplished, had a trash ass resume, was unproven. He just had the casual boxing fan appeal, and that shit translates to dollar signs. All right, cool, but we talking about elite. Ryan's not elite, yo. How many world titles has Ryan Garcia won? What's his biggest wins on his resume? He don't got none. You go ahead and say Devin Haney. That turned to a no contest because Ryan got caught cheating. You can't count that. We don't count that. Go check BoxRec. See what his record is. There's no W next to Devin Haney's name. Tank got bitch in him, yo. That fight showed he got bitch in him. And like I said, I've known people personally that have been a part of Tank's training camps, and they told me the same shit about him. He could fight. He's a fucking beast. He could punch. But once you put that heat on that motherfucker, he be ready to get the fuck up out of there. I heard this. I heard this years ago. I heard about Tank storming out the ring when shit got too hot in the ring, just like quitting mid. Like, let's say he was supposed to do 6 rounds sparring. He'll jump out in 3 rounds and have a temper tantrum. I heard this shit about Tank before. Like, come on, man. Norman Sr. said Tank a quitter. Now, why would he say that? Because he probably seen the same shit that my homie saw when they were sparring. This the thing, bro. The boxing world, the boxing community is very small to the point where, just like Philly is very small. If you don't know the motherfucker, most likely you're going to know somebody that know that person. Am I right? If you don't know that person, I bet you're going to know somebody who knows him. It's just like that in the boxing world. If you don't know Tank, most likely you're going to know somebody who is in camp. If you're a real, like if you in the boxing world, you could be chilling at the gym and a world champion just walks into your gym. Yo, Pop, didn't Montel Griffin just walk into our gym? Montel Griffin just randomly walked into our gym. Steve Cunningham just randomly walked into our gym. Like, who else? It's been a few people that have just randomly came into the gym. Like, the boxing community is that small. So, shit be getting told out here, bro. Shit, like, rumors. Like, I heard shit about Teofimo Lopez in camp, that he be getting beat the fuck up by nobodies. A few Philly niggas done stepped on T.O. in sparring sessions. I done heard that. If y'all don't know who Montel Griffin is, just Googling. He beat James Toney, all that good shit. You know what I mean? He fought Roy. He gave Roy, technically gave Roy his first L. You know what I mean? All that good shit. I ain't going to say no names, but I know for a fact that a few Philly niggas done stepped on T.O. in sparring, and they wasn't even nobody, no high up contenders, none of that. We heard about what Ryo did to T.O. What I'm trying to say is, once word get out, the whole box, once something happened, the box community is gonna find out. You know what I'm saying? No, that was Boca Chica that body slammed. That wasn't Brandon. That was Boca Chica that slammed T.O. on his head. Fucking DDT'd him. He dropped T.O. first, then he slammed T.O. on his head because T.O. was hitting him behind the head. That's how you know T.O. a bitch, bro. Like, he watches daddy get knocked out. This nigga be getting tombstone power driving on some Undertaker shit. And don't nothing happen to nobody as a result of it. Nigga's soft. That nigga's a weenie. You know what I'm saying? Ryo did T.O. like the Dubois did AJ. I heard Ryo folded him with a body shot. That's what I heard. Twice. You know what I mean? Nate Johnson said Shakur getting called out now, so Shakur should definitely take one of those fights. He ain't getting Loma. He don't want Keyshawn not getting Tank. So that's true. But look who he getting called out by, like Javier Herrera. Like, who is that? You know, Kid Schofield, Kid Austin was calling out Shakur. Shakur made the fight happen. He walked away like what? On 3 days' notice, 4 days' notice. Then he had to fight Josh Padley. And he was criticized for fighting Josh Padley as if like he just chose Josh Padley for an 8-week camp. No, Josh Padley was a late replacement. He was still getting criticized for it. Bella Faith, what up? Like, Shakur getting called out, but who he getting called out by? Dude got punched into a mirror also, and he's supposed to be gangster. Who are you talking about, Pop? That nigga T.O. Sr. told me on the live that Coach K put him in a headlock. He said Javier is an off-brand Subaru. I gotta watch him. I ain't really see nothing about him though. It's like, bro, I like that you calling Shakur out. Like that's cool. Like that's cool, but it's like, nigga, go prove yourself, man. Like I'm sick of niggas cutting the line. Now Gary Antoine calling out Shakur. I've heard Shakur talk about he'll fight Gary Antoine too. So it ain't just a one-way thing, but oh yeah, yo, yeah. There's a fighter that he ain't like no world champion or nothing, but he from Philly that a lot of people know. And he got into a fight with a guy who was a world champion from Philadelphia. That nigga was talking shit to the world champion or whatever. This nigga got punched into a mirror, bro. Mirror broke. All type. Hey, ooh. God damn it. I be talking too much. Niggas got their ass whooped that day. That's all I'm gonna say. This nigga crazy, bro. This the thing though. It's like Javier Molina. Like I said, I like that he calling out Shakur. Aim for the stars, my nigga. Do what you got to do in order to make a name for yourself. You know what I mean? That type of promotion, that's good promotion. It's always good to attach yourself to another champion in the boxing world. This nigga a hoe. Pack him up. Pack him up. The Cuban dude. What? What's going on? Why is Agent 86 saying I'm no baby? What are you talking about? Ralphie Ray Goza said Tank is the cash cow in or around his weight class. He has the ability to give out contracts and make big fights happen. Yeah, he's too scared to fight these top guys. Thank you. Thank you. And they be like, oh, we're not gonna fight him. He don't sell. But don't Tank sell? It just be so crazy, like how they'll say, like, I remember Leonard Ellaby was like, oh, we not gonna give him the money that he won. Oh, he not a draw. Was talking shit about Devin Haney. It's like Barbario's a draw. This is the thing. Y'all can't, like, as y'all contradict yourselves, and then when fans call y'all out on it, y'all get all pissed off and then want to take credentials from motherfuckers. Listen, if y'all gonna set this standard, or if y'all gonna make these statements that Devin Haney don't sell, that this motherfucker don't sell, which we all know is cap. It's just ways of, trying to duck motherfuckers without sounding pussy. You got to make sure that everybody you fight outsells that individual. If I'm saying, yo, I ain't fighting Devin Haney, man, he don't sell, I got to make sure that every nigga I fight from then on is a bigger attraction than Devin Haney. But you know what the problem is? There's not that many people in or around the weight division that Tank is in that's a bigger draw than Devin Haney. So it makes you look pussy. It makes you look scary for real. You know what y'all get what I'm saying? Y'all get where I'm going? It don't really make sense. Do I think PBC gonna make that Gary and Shakur fight? Nope. I don't think so. I don't think that's the direction they're gonna go in. It sounds like a good conversation. Gary Antoine talking about he'll go down to 35 for Shakur, but he currently got a belt at 140. So you know what PBC gonna want him to do? Fight other 140, defend his title at 140. I just don't see it. I think that they'll make a Puello rematch before they fight Shakur. That's just my personal opinion. Even though Gary Antoine may want that fight and he'll sign the dotted line for that fight, no doubt, I personally believe that his team will make him go in a different direction. That's just my thing. I don't think we should get too hyped up about Gary Antoine and Shakur fighting anytime soon. You said Thierry Scott says not everybody can be a pay-per-view star. That's what his team fails to realize. Yeah, like if you really look at the highest selling pay-per-views of all time, is pretty repetitive in terms of names. You see Floyd all on that motherfucker. You see Mike Tyson all on that motherfucker. Like pay-per-view stars, Oscar De La Hoya, of course. There's pay-per-view stars are not that common. But now they're making it seem like you got to be a pay-per-view star to get a fight with a pay-per-view star. That's not how it works. A pay-per-view star just needs a good opponent, and it'll sell. Conor McGregor fought on pay-per-view how many times? How many pay-per-view stars did he go up against in the UFC? Was Nate Diaz a motherfucking pay-per-view star? No. Was Jose Aldo a pay-per-view star? No. Like Eddie Alvarez? No. If you are the star, if you claiming to be, Tank is at Leonard Ellaby every time with that big ass nose. Oh, Tank is a star. Tank is a star with them ugly ass circular shades and shit. Tank is a star. He's a star. All right, if he's a motherfucking star, let him be the star, have him fight quality opposition, and let the pay-per-view sell itself. You dumbass nigga. Floyd had good dance partners. Absolutely. So that's why I don't be understanding why Tank always want to compare himself to Floyd and shit. Like you ain't do a fifth of what Floyd did in his career. A fifth. Floyd fought Cotto. Who the fuck on Tank's resume adds up to a Miguel Cotto? And Cotto not even the biggest name on his list. Who has Tank fought that's on the level of a Miguel Cotto? Nobody. Floyd done been around the block, bro. Like I'm trying to tell you, he had plenty of good dance partners. Undefeated Ricky Hatton. He fought undefeated Diego Corrales. He fought undefeated Canelo Alvarez. Oscar De La Hoya, who was the fucking man at that point in time. Manny Pacquiao. This motherfucker fought. I can keep going, bro. This shit easy. Like, shit's easy. Floyd resume is even earlier in his career. Zab Judah, Shane Mosley. Tank best win Pedraza. We know that. I think Tank even admitted it. Because when he did that interview with that other Baltimore dude, they was talking. The Baltimore dude asked him a good question, like, you keep like you saying how these motherfuckers ain't fight nobody, but a lot of people say you don't fight nobody. And Tank was like, oh, I feel as though, but I fought Pedraza, bro, but for sure. Like, bro, you bragging about, like, you know how corny you sound? Like, if you currently active, like, I understand, like, if Floyd bragging about some shit that he did back in the day, you know why? Because he retired. He's not active right now. He could flex them joints. Tank is currently active with plenty of fights that fans want to see him in, and he bragging about work from 2017, 2018. Like, what the fuck is we talking about, bro? Like, Canelo's stupid ass. He go ahead. Oh, I fought Triple D. I fought Austin Trout. I fought Lara. I don't need to fight nobody else. The nigga retire. You bitch ass nigga. Retire. Do I think at his peak Spence was bigger than Tank at his peak? I would have to see the numbers, but Spence definitely had a home though. Like that Cowboy Stadium, that was his home, and he did some crazy numbers in there. I don't know if Tank got a legit home, but at the same time, Tank has shown to sell in multiple locations. You know what I'm saying? So I don't know. I think Tank and Spence pay-per-view numbers were pretty similar when Spence was at his peak. Spence was doing what, like 300K pay-per-view buys and shit like that. That's because I know what Mexicans talk like. I see them all the time. Spence did 350 pay-per-views, 350K pay-per-views with Mikey. Spence was up there. Spence was really becoming this big draw for sure. I wonder how much Spence and Porter did. I watched that shit in a movie theater. That shit was lit. They did over 300K. They did over 300K pay-per-view buys. So he might have been right there with Tank, for real, for real. What did Tank and Lamont do? I don't even know. I don't even look at this type of shit because they did 260K. Ain't bad. And then they say he did 275 with Roley Romero. So on some real shit, Tank Errol might have did better numbers. Hitchens a hoe for fighting Cambosis over Matias on June 2 in New York. He turkey. Ghost, you know what's going on. You see the fuckery just like I do, cuz. You see the fuckery just like I do, cuz. You know what I mean? It is what it is. Ralphie be snapping. I fuck with Ralphie. Tank resume shitty, bro. I'm sorry. Like, But I think a lot of these dudes in boxing right now got shitty resumes because they all like backing off the block. Like I don't know, bro. There's always some bullshit with these dudes, man. Cambosa should have been fighting Matias for the IBF eliminator. Ooh wee, that'd be a good fight. Matias versus Cambosis and the winner fight Hitchens. Now that's a fight. Subriel beat the shit out of Cambosis, man. He beat the shit out of Cambosis. I feel that shit in my soul. I don't know why. I don't know, bro. I don't know. I told y'all how I feel about him. I told y'all how I feel about Hitchens. He moved real funny. Whether that's southpaw or not, that's some weirdo activity. What's even crazier is that Cambosis will be up for the challenge. Hitchens, on the other hand, yeah, Hitchens don't want them problems, but I don't even think Cambosis will entertain Subriel. Like, I think Cambosis will only acknowledge motherfuckers that he could either, one, get a lot of money with, or two, get a world title from. Like, so you either got to have a world title or got to be bringing a whole lot of money, because if you don't bring neither one of them, if you don't bring one of them to the table, I don't even think Cambosis is going to look your way. Subriel, you're not going to get the biggest bag off of him, and Subriel don't got a world title right now. Liam Paro took it from him. So I don't even think Cambosis will look his way. Cambosis is looking for meaningful or big money fights. So it looks like Greg will be coming on shortly. The real Greg, not the bullshit. Not the trolls. You know what I mean? Let's see something real quick. Update my title, I sure will. We're going to chop it up a little bit, though. I ain't going to be on here too much longer. I mean, we already been on here for an hour and some change, so. I'm going to put the link in the chat, y'all, but it's only going to be for Greg. No, we're going to chop it up today. I mean, we got time. Shout out to the 36 people that's in the building. Salute. Yeah, Cambosis probably was like, fuck, man. Like, Paro done fucked this money up, because Paro and Cambosis in Australia probably would have did stupid numbers. You know what I mean? They probably would have did some crazy numbers, but, it is what it is. They could still make some money in Australia if they were to fight each other without a belt. I feel like they're the two probably most popular names in Australia boxing right now, so why not? It's a lot of topics to only speak for a little. Not really. Who would have the tougher fight? Keyshawn versus De Los Santos. Tank versus Roach rematch or Shakur versus Gary Antoine Russell at 140. I'm gonna say Shakur versus Gary Antoine Russell at 140. I say that because Keyshawn gonna be fighting an inactive De Los Santos, who, from what I heard, was coming off of a pretty bad injury. So we don't know what version of De Los Santos we gonna get. Tank versus Roach rematch. I'm gonna say that that's tough, but not as tough because I think they're both gonna be familiar with each other's game and they approach, and they'll have some type of familiarity with each other and know the adjustments to make for the rematch. Let's see. Hey Greg, I put the link right there in the let me see. Let me see if I could pin this shit. Can I pin it? If you scroll up a little bit, I put the link right there if you want to click that, John. Let me see. GB. I'm about to put that John again. GHB Mazuma TV. But to answer your question, I think Shakur versus Gary, man. Gary got a lot. He got great conditioning, relentless, aggressive, good hand speed. Got some respectable power too, killer instinct, athleticism. He quick thinker. Shakur will have his hands full, man. And plus, it'll most likely, if it happens at 140, then that'll probably happen at 35, though. We'll see. Yo.
Yo, what's going on, bro?
What's going on? How you feeling, brother?
I'm good. What's going on?
Feeling. Oh man, I can't complain, bro. We just on here chopping it up, all that good stuff, man. I was going to tell you when I saw you on Saturday, but I completely forgot because I was caught up with, what we had going on. But it's good to have you on here again, man. So, shit. First of all, rest in peace to George Foreman. You know what I'm saying?
Sure.
That's an unfortunate situation. That was one of my favorite heavyweights of all time. What was your reaction to that whole situation once you found out? Because it was like a little bit before I had started my live, and it was just unexpected. I didn't hear anything about him having health issues, anything like that. So what was your take on it?
I mean, we all got a date, you know what I mean? But it hit kind of home when it's another fighter, because that's the world we in. So, you know what I mean? It's like you said, it was unexpected. You know what I mean? You ain't see it coming. We ain't hear nothing about his health issues or nothing like that. But he was a legend. You know what I mean? You can only be happy because he got to live out his life and he got to do great things. You know what I mean? So it only like really inspire you.
Yeah, for sure. So we got a lot of good things going on, man. There's a lot of good news that's been coming about, man. Some good fights coming up. But since we both from Philly, man, what's your take on Jaron Ennis versus Stanionis? Great unification fight, WBA, IBF, Ring Magazine title on the line. It's definitely a fight that Boots has been looking for a long time. He's been having some unfortunate events in terms of opponents, but it seems like he finally got the right person in front of him. What do you think Jaron Ennis's mindset is, and how do you feel? What's the best approach he could take with somebody like Stanionis, who's durable, strong, good punching power? I think this is his most formidable opponent yet, in my opinion. So, what do you think? What do you believe Jaron's mindset should be, and how should he approach somebody like Stanionis?
I mean, we know Stanionis is one of the best at 47 for sure. You know what I mean? He the kind of guy that Boots need on this record. You know what I mean? He need this fight. Not just for the title, but it's a real guy. You know what I mean? It's somebody who not gonna run. It's somebody who not gonna back down. So I think Boots really should just go ahead and be the smarter fighter, meaning box standing on his. You know what I mean? It don't make sense to try to sit there and trade with him. You know what I'm saying? I think Boots is in a great mindset. I've been watching him train a little bit. I've been watching his sparring sessions. He definitely looked ready. He just really looking to get to the fight. I think this fight mean more to him because we tried to call him email champion, and like he said, this would be the first joint title where he get to take it from somebody. So I think he definitely excited. You know what I mean?
As he should be, man, because he even said on several occasions that wasn't the way that he wanted to obtain the IBF title. But at the end of the day, what is he going to do? You see what I'm saying? So
Right,
I guess it all worked out because, in my opinion, I think that Stanionis is the second best champion in the division when you just look over the landscape. You know what I mean? I think that he's shown more than a Norman. I think that Barrios, he probably the weakest link, no disrespect, but you know what I mean? That's just what I've been observing. And Stanionis, he could pose some problems if Jaron Ennis doesn't take the right approach. I think that if he uses what God gave him and then
right,
just use his intelligence, I think that he could break him down like systematically and even possibly get him up out of there. But I'm
right,
happy for Jaron regardless because he's been waiting for this moment for a long time. So I'm really expecting a phenomenal performance out of him.
right. That's how I feel.
Exactly. So, to speed it up a little bit, man, Sebastian Fundora, Cordell Booker got him up out of there in 4 rounds. You see what I'm saying? I guess it was a good little, comeback fight for Sebastian Fundora. Because from
Right.
what I heard after the Tim Tszyu fight, he had like some little nagging injuries or whatever, and he took some time off or whatever the case was.
Yeah.
Did you watch the fight?
Yeah, I watched the fight. I mean, it was short. You know what I mean? I definitely got to see
Where-
it.
where- so what was your what did you? I mean it was 4 rounds. It wasn't nothing really to talk too much about. But
Right.
I thought what was more interesting than any of that was Xander Zayas actually being in the building because all my life I never seen Xander at an event that wasn't associated with Top Rank. So once
Yeah.
I seen him at a PBC event, I was like, all right, there's something that we don't know. There's definitely something going on. And boom,
Yeah.
WBO makes him the mandatory for Sebastian Fundora.
Yeah.
Samson Lewis says they're gonna participate. They're gonna take on the WBO mandatory, and they should be fighting, in the summer.
Yeah.
Uh, Looking at these guys' styles, I think it's going to be a pretty exciting fight based off of what I've seen from the two.
For sure.
What are you expecting for this fight?
I mean, I'm expecting fireworks because that's what you get with the young men. You know what I mean? These guys, even though they have skills, you know what I mean, and they've been boxing a long time. I mean, whenever you put two young men in the ring, they're gonna go at each other, real crazy, and it's gonna be exciting fight. Xander Zayas needs a fight like this because we've been talking about this kid, but we ain't seen him up against nothing too serious. You know what I'm saying? Even though this is a big step, this is what he needs. This is also what Fundora needs because Fundora, you know what I mean? We seen him in some wars, but we also just see him get a light touch. And this is a fight that'll put him back on momentum. You know what I mean? Put his momentum back up. Not saying he didn't gain any momentum from the last fight, but that fight was expected to go that way only because Cordell Booker never fought on that level. You know what I'm saying? Xander Zayas is a big, strong kid. He not as big height wise as a Fundora, but he's a big guy. You know what I mean? So this is going to be an exciting fight if you ask me. I think it's one of those fights we didn't know we needed and we didn't know we would, really like, but this is one of them ones you got to tune into.
Absolutely. I wouldn't be surprised if they broke like a record for like punches thrown. These guys are both
Right,
high volume punches, so it's
right,
definitely going to be fireworks, and I'm definitely going to be tuned in. And I like the fact that Top Rank finally gave them the green light. Like, all right, we feel like you ready. Let's put
right.
you out there and see what you do. You see what I'm
Yeah.
saying? So, um, I'm looking forward to that. Have you heard about the Keyshawn Davis and Edwin De Los Santos rumors?
Yeah, I've been seeing little stuff about it, that they might be getting it in. So that's another fight again that we didn't think we needed, but that's an exciting match. You know what I mean?
Absolutely. They was talking about De Los Santos fighting Frank Martin. I don't know exactly what happened with that, but I think this
Yeah,
is a great fight as well. Like Keyshawn Davis, he just won the belt. Edwin De Los Santos been a little inactive, so I don't know what we're gonna expect from Edwin. But
yeah,
regardless, to jump from a Shakur Stevenson fight, take some time off, and then jump right back into the smoke with Keyshawn Davis. That's admirable.
Yeah,
So I like it. I like it for
yeah.
sure.
I
Uh,
mean,
yeah,
I'm
good.
not to cut you off.
No, you good.
Um, but when you said Frank Martin, was possibly in talks too. I mean, that's a great fight as well. But the thing is, if you get a shot at a title, take the title shot.
Oh yeah.
You're going to definitely get paid more, and you got a chance at winning a title. You know what I mean? Is Keyshawn a lick? No, he's not an easy fight for De Los Santos. But this is one of those fights where again we'll learn more about each fighter, and there's a lot on the line. So I like the fight.
We had somebody in the comments by the name of Anonymous. He said, Greg, did you watch the Garcia and Goucher fight?
Yeah, I watched that fight as well. Yep. Yeah, that
Man,
was tough. It was tough.
I ain't gonna lie. I feel bad for Goucher, man. I feel bad
Yeah.
for him because he done been around the block. He fought some quality guys and
Yeah.
finally put on. He made a showing of himself, and then that was tough. Yeah, they
I mean, when you watching boxing, man, you got to remind yourself like these guys are looking to sell. They looking to see who they can get the most out of. At this point, Goucher being 37 years old, 36 years old, fighting a 21-year-old prospect or contender, whatever you want to call him, they wasn't going to give him that fight unless he won by knockout. I mean, sorry to say, but that's the way the game is. You know what I mean? You gotta clip these guys. You gotta put them out. And I feel like these robberies are bad, but at the same time, I think it's going to put some type of urgency under these fighters. You know what I mean? And make them go out there and really perform because that's the only way to get rid of it. You got to knock these guys out.
So if you saying that, I think that's a perfect segue for the rematch that's coming up between Tevin Farmer and William Cepeda. Do you feel like Tevin
Right.
Farmer needs to have that same urgency that you're speaking of right now?
Yeah, because we already saw, when they gave Zepeda the first one, you know what I'm saying? We already saw who's the favorite. When they do stuff like that, it shows you who's the favorite. So therefore, you got to dig deep, you know what I mean, and try to get the knockout. Not, I mean, if you don't knock them out, you got to at least beat their ass real good. You know what I'm saying?
Right. So assessing the first fight between Tevin Farmer and Cepeda,
Yeah.
I thought Tevin, got that one in all honesty, but you got to make it more convincing this time.
Yes.
You a coach, you done cornered plenty of fights. What are you telling Tevin Farmer if you're in his corner and how the way to approach William Cepeda and possibly beat him in the rematch?
I felt like that fight was close because every time Tev would get off, you know what I mean, he would allow Zepeda to get off. Meaning stand there and not hit him, but you know what I mean, let him punch on his arms, let him punch on his body. You can't give him those type of opportunities because Zepeda is the type of guy he got a greedy attitude. He gonna throw 4, 5, 6 punches. He not gonna give you one punch at a time. So therefore, you know what I mean? Whenever you score or whenever you let your hands go, remind yourself to get back on defense and get out of there. You know what I mean? Either use your feet or use your head movement that you got. Tevin has known to be a slick fighter, and I think he should tap into that a little bit. Not too much, but make sure you're not there to return the favor. You know what I mean?
That's exactly what I was saying. I was really saying that like Tevin will have some great moments, but then he will allow Cepeda to have his moments by standing in the pocket just a little bit too long. So
All right.
yeah, so I definitely agree with you. I think that if he utilizes a little bit more movement or just gets right back on the defense and not give Cepeda any type of opportunities to engage with him, I
Right.
think that he could win these rounds, a lot more clear, in my opinion. But, just to circle back to the 154-pound division, I'm seeing Jermell Charlo back in the gym. I'm seeing him
Yeah.
hitting the bags. I'm seeing him hitting the pads. He talking about 154 is his, and he looking to reclaim his throne.
Yeah.
Since he's been gone, there's been some new monsters that done jumped up in the division, whether we talking about Bakram, of course, Virgil Ortiz, good wins
Yeah.
back to back. We got the Bohachuks, we got the Madramovs running
Yeah.
around. How do you think? Because a lot of stuff them changed since Jermell, last fought at 54. How do you think he meshes into 154?
I mean, we gotta pay respects to what he's done already. He's definitely one of the top guys at 54. He made a, I'm not gonna say a mistake, but he took a chance at being great, fighting Canelo at 68. That's not his weight class. He didn't look comfortable at the weight class. So go back to 54 and finish what you started. You know what I mean? If you really wanted a guys, go right in there and do what you got to do, which I believe he will because that's all he know. Not saying he can't compete at a different weight class, but 54 is his weight class. You know what I mean? He does have a great record and he's been in there with great opponents. So therefore, you know what I mean, just go in there and go back to what you was doing. Don't try to be the new and improved guy where you try to show us something different. We already know who you are. Just continue being yourself.
Absolutely. Speaking of 154 and taking chances against Canelo Alvarez, it seems like it's being set up for Terrence Crawford to do the same. I think that the only thing that really needs to happen is Canelo needs to get past William Skull. But let's say hypothetically that
Yeah,
Canelo, because you never know, boxing is crazy.
that's true.
Um, let's say Canelo becomes two-time undisputed after defeating William Skull.
Right.
September, Terrence Crawford, Canelo Alvarez. How you seeing it?
I mean, of course, listen, of course, Canelo is the favorite. You know what I mean? We got to be fair. This is his weight class. He's competed a lot more at 68 than Crawford has ever been. You know what I mean? Because Crawford's never been that big as far as a fight. But what we do know about Terrence Crawford is he's a great competitor and he wants to win. With that being said, I think he gives us more than what Jamel Charlo gave us. No disrespect to Charlo, but I felt like Charlo went in there and just really earned this check. You know what I'm saying? I feel like Crawford is going to really try to be great and really try to beat Canelo. The thing is, can his body keep up? Can his body handle the weight class? And you know, can he keep up with the volume punching of Canelo Alvarez when he start to load up? Um, I think it's gonna be a great fight though, because that's what happens when you mix great fighters. You know what I mean? You only get great performances. So it'll be real surprising to see what happens.
Yeah, I mean, obviously, I agree with you with Canelo being a favorite, and I think I love Terrence Crawford. I love who he is as a fighter, but it's a lot
Yeah.
of question marks, man. Like, how is his punch resistance going to be at 168? Because Canelo not the biggest guy, but he done been at 168 for a good amount of time. It's safe to
Yeah.
say he's acclimated to the weight class. How is Terrence Crawford, who I believe got some solid punching power, how is that going to translate with somebody who has one of the best chins of this era?
Mm. I
Um,
mean, in a situation like that, I feel like you gotta outbox him. You gotta try to be the quicker guy, you know what I mean, be the sharper guy, you know what I mean, but don't try to be greedy because you can get hurt fucking with Canelo because Canelo likes to exchange and he's quick too. He's not the fastest, but he's quick. And what I mean by quick is if you go back and look at that lead hook that he hit Berlanga with, that's the type of shit he can do. You know what I mean? So you gotta be careful with him.
Yeah, and Terrence Crawford, you could tell he got the same mindset as you because in a recent interview, they was like, "Do you have the punching power to knock out Canelo?" He said, "I don't need to. I just got to beat him. I don't got to knock him out. I just got to beat him."
Yeah.
So yes, I think he has that same mentality where it's like I might not be able to stop him based off of what I've seen, but I feel like I have the tools necessary, the intelligence necessary to outsmart him and outbox him.
Yeah.
You feel what I'm saying? So you know we gonna get into one last question, man. I appreciate you on here, man. I wanted to speak about this because I wanted to see. Bless you.
My
I
bad.
wanted I wanted to see what your reaction was. I ain't get to talk to you in a minute. So when you watch Chris Eubank slap the dog shit out of Conor Ben with that egg, what, what was you thinking?
At first, it happened so fast, I didn't even see the egg. So I go, I go to the comments, and they're like, "Yeah, he smacked him with an egg." So I'm like, "Oh shit, let me go watch it back." And then I saw he dug the egg out of his pocket and just hurry up and slapped him with it. I thought that was real funny. At the same time, I think what he did was he made sure when he did that, he made sure Conor Ben was going to be in front of him. What I mean by that is Conor Ben is only seeing red right now. Somebody smacks you, that's one thing. Then to smack you with, a raw egg, that make things a lot more difficult for you because now you feel like you already losing the fight. You know what I mean? Because he started with the antics. And now you got to follow up with something. You're not getting the chance to get close to him in the press conferences and things like that. So you're going to have to pull it out in the fight. So I think this fight is going to be exciting because not just because of the history, but because of him smacking him with that egg. You know what I mean?
Do you think Chris Eubank did that strategically to get the counter bent psychologically, or was it just like, all right, you know what I mean, you a cheater, you know what
Yeah.
I mean, that you gotta pay the consequences for your actions? What you think he was trying to get across with that?
Yeah, I think it was all the above. You know what I mean? He was trying to get to him to make sure that, like I said, on fight night he gonna have him in front of him. At the same time, he was trying to remind him of him being a cheater. You know what I mean? So on and so forth. It was a lot with that. It was the mind games. So I think he won that part of the battle for sure.
Absolutely, absolutely. Well, Greg, I appreciate you coming on, man. I asked you a series of questions, man. I
Yeah,
appreciate you coming on. I responded late, so I mean, my
yeah.
apologies for that. I got home at the crib pretty late, so I
No
mean, I
worries.
still appreciate you coming on regardless, man. I'm looking forward to having you on again. For
Yeah.
everybody that's in the chat right now, we got 37 people on. Just tell the people where they can follow you, where they can subscribe to you at.
I mean, YouTube, GHB TV, Instagram, Greg Hackett 86, on Facebook, Greg Hackett, um, on what's that X, Greg Hackett 215.
Bet. Greg, I appreciate you as always, man. You got
Yep.
anything coming up? You getting back in the ring? You got something coming up with your
Um,
fighters? What's the
I had
update?
I had a guy that was supposed to fight on the Pro Box card on the 5th, April 5th, but they couldn't find an opponent, so you know what I mean. They're gonna move him back. And that's the only thing right now. And I might have a fighter fighting May 31st.
Okay. All right, Greg, staying busy, man. I appreciate you as always, man. You have a
Sure.
great night, and I'll be
You too.
reaching out when the people ask for you again, because they always asking for Greg. You the voice of Philly boxing right now, so they always like
Appreciate
to
it.
hear your input on things. You feel what I'm saying? So you have a blessed, beautiful one, man. Thank you.
All right, you too, cuz.
All right, man.
All right.
That's Greg Hackett, ladies and gentlemen. I told you guys that I was going to bring him up on here. Next is Roley Romero. I would like to thank Greg Hackett for coming up on here and chopping it up with the people. You know what I'm saying? I hope y'all appreciated that interview. I try to get across as many questions as possible. You know what I'm saying? I thought I asked him some pretty good ones, and I even tried to get the chat involved as well. But I thought I did pretty good with that one. That was off the cuff. That wasn't no type of preparation or anything like that. So um, I did what I could, man. I hope you guys appreciated that. You know what I mean? Shout out to everybody that's in the chat. I do this for y'all. You know what I'm saying? We're going to try to bring Rolly on either tomorrow or on Saturday. You feel what I'm saying? I hope you guys like that, man. So before I get up out of here, man, let's answer one more question, and then I'm going to pay my salutes. Then I'm going to go lay down with my son, man. Shout out to the real fathers out there. You feel what I'm saying? Shout out to the real fathers out there. Say, keep grinding. Always grinding, brother. Even if I'm not on here, we grinding. I mean, Dangerous Desire Bullies. Thank you, brother. Coffee Plant. Thank you. Thank you. Beth Annual. Thank you. You know what I mean? I do what I can with what I have, brothers. You know what I'm saying? I just gotta find a way to it's easy to, because Greg a cool dude. It's easy to get him on here. It's easy to get the bread mans and stuff like that, but I gotta, Beth Annual, thank you, man. Appreciate that. Y'all liked it? What y'all fucked with? Was there a question I missed? Let me know. Let me know if there was a question that I missed, man. Coming for Rolly Neck tomorrow. Pause. Coming for Rolly Neck. God damn. For real though, I ain't gonna disrespect Rolly. We done had plenty of conversations since then. I think it was all just a misunderstanding and shit like that. So we gonna keep it cool. You know what I'm saying? We gonna have fun. I mean, we gonna chop it up. We gonna get Rolly in his bag and all that shit. But we gonna have a good conversation. All right, cool, Ralph. Appreciate that. Appreciate that. We're gonna get Roley to talk his shit. We're gonna get Roley to talk his shit. Nah, nobody got no questions. We ain't ending the live with nothing, man. Finna watch The Wire. Damn. My boy J Cash gonna watch The Wire. I never watched that shit, man. I gotta watch that. I ain't never watch it. How old? What? How long ago was Roley Ryan sparring session? That probably was like 7, 8 years ago, bro. That shit was pretty old. You could tell that shit was old because Ryan was all like skinny and fucking like almost like frail looking. Yeah, I mean, bro, Ryan big as shit now. Ryan big ass frame. I don't know where that shit came from, bro. I don't know. Who's the most talented and well-rounded fighter I've ever seen in person? Well, damn, that's a good one. In person, like in the gym, the most talented and well-rounded fighter I've ever seen was Jaron Ennis. Like, bro, I'm trying to tell y'all, if y'all was able to sit down and watch a sparring session from Jaron Ennis, y'all would know exactly what I'm talking about. Like, I've never seen nobody in the gym do what he do. You feel what I'm saying? Like, I'm talking like power, speed, defense, inside game, mid-range, long range, counter punching. Like, he body shots, accuracy. Like, he got it all, bro. Like, I'm not bro. On my life, I'm not glazing, bro. Like, if I really, if I wouldn't just make that up. Like, every person that I've seen, like niggas I've been in the gym with that have watched his sparring sessions, they being wild, they being awe, just like me. Like, what the fuck? Like he would see the punches. Like Sean Porter told y'all, and I was telling y'all this before Sean Porter. Sean Porter had to get in the ring to understand what I was talking about. I done had my sparring stories about Jaron Ennis. Not me personally. I wouldn't get in there with him. I ain't stupid. But he sparred my pros before. He sparred 2 of my pros, Rasheed Johnson and Brandon Robinson. Y'all can look them up on BoxRec. Bro, he's phenomenal. Not glazing, bro. Not glazing at all. Like, there's nothing he can't do. Like, the nigga is a cheat code in there. When he's on 10, that nigga is a cheat code. I don't know if trying to tell y'all, bro. There's not one thing you could say that he can't do in there. And I heard Lowe talk about that Boost can't cut off a ring. That's hilarious. That's hilarious. You remember that picture comparison of Ryan from a year difference in his physique? Yeah. I posted that on one of my lives. The kid, bro, let me see if I can find that shit again, bro. Like that before and after picture of Ryan. Like, you think that's normal, cuz? That picture's always hard to find. I remember I struggled finding it before. I think it was like on Boxing Ego page or some shit like that. But it was like he literally had like under boob, bro. Like, he had under boob, and then like he was all cut the fuck up, and it was only a year apart. I'm like, bro, how? How the fuck is that even possible? And I showed y'all the same shit with Alicia Baumgartner. She was all like looking all soft and feminine, and then she go ahead and she look like she bodybuilder. Bitch bicep look like a bowling ball. How the fuck they do that? Since when women create testosterone in their bodies like that? I can't find the shit, y'all. But I had the picture somewhere, bro. I had the picture somewhere. Is Barrios a front runner now? He tends to be sharp early and even drop his opponents and then look shitty in the second half. I mean, if that's what describes a front runner, that's definitely what Barrios is. To be honest with you. And it's sad because, like I said, I fucked with Barrios on the come up, but that last performance he had against Abel Ramos was absolutely unacceptable. To put on that type of performance as the WBC champion of the world, bro, he should be embarrassed. Abel Sanchez should have had the success that he had, late in that bout. You know what I'm saying? I don't know if it's because he's a shell of himself from them beatings he done took, back to back, the Tank and Thurman. I don't know if it's a lack of focus or I don't know what it is, but the way Barrios has been looking lately, he looking like food, cuz. Like food. It's a motherfucker when I'm out here saying that Blair could beat Barrios right now. There's no reason why this curly-headed, carrot top looking motherfucker has a chance at beating you when you're currently the WBC champion of the world right now. Dangerous Desirabilities. He said, you seen Panda said Shakur didn't want to be on Canelo undercard with Crawford. I did not watch that interview with Panda. But I seen Shakur say something about, if he was to fight Gervonta Davis, it should be on his own card and not on Bud card. Ain't no disrespect to Bud, but he feels like that fight's the biggest fight to be made in boxing. So I don't know if that's what you're referring to, but I'll tell you this. If Shakur got no problem being on Better Beef and Bivol's undercard, I don't think he should have a problem with being on Canelo's undercard with Crawford. Just my personal opinion, especially since he said that was the biggest payday he ever got in his career. He shouldn't even be worried about I'm sure Shakur would fight on that undercard. Oh, versus Cepeda. I don't believe that. I think that's a motherfucking lie. I think that Panda is lying. Cepeda has done everything. And why is he saying that when Cepeda already got a rematch lined up with Tevin Farmer? That shit ain't guaranteed that he gonna beat Tevin Farmer. Tevin Farmer made Cepeda touch the earth in that last fight. Imagine what Tevin might be able to do this time around. Cepeda ain't this high level boxing, high IQ having ass nigga where he just gonna be able to change the whole script around. Cepeda gonna be the same person that he was in the first fucking fight. So it's ultimately up to Tevin Farmer and how the way he gonna approach this. Is he gonna make the same mistakes he made in the first fight, or is he gonna make those adjustments and possibly pull off the upset in the second fight if he don't get robbed? You feel what I'm saying? So I don't believe Cepeda at all. I think that they've been acting like they've been interested in Shakur Stevenson fights and shit like that, but the reality is they aren't. Coach Panda, speaking of Coach Panda, he said on a few interviews that I remember back with Mill City where, he don't really like that fight. He don't really like Cepeda fighting Shakur Stevenson. He has the utmost respect for Shakur Stevenson. Why? Because he understands stylistically that Shakur is a very big threat for somebody like William Cepeda. And on some real shit, if we being honest, Cepeda may be tailor-made for somebody like Shakur Stevenson. Just my personal opinion. He might get done just like Valdez got done if Shakur's hands are healthy. They know that he's they know he a threat. They know he a threat. Shakur will have Cepeda shadow boxing in that motherfucker, running into all types of shots. Tevin not no big pop. He ain't no big puncher. Shakur could probably put him on his ass too. You said Shakur hasn't shown you nothing at 35. The motherfucker got a world title in his first fight at 35. Shit. And don't nobody take it off of him since then. Shakur got some bad hands, man. Listen, there's plenty of fighters that have had bad hands throughout their career, bro. Floyd Mayweather, they always bring up him, but Paulie Malignaggi. I just watched that joke. Did y'all watch that Joe Calzaghe interview with Andre Ward? He had hand injuries too. He fought. I think he fought Jeff Lacey with a broken hand. And there was one person that he said he fought. That he had. It might have been Jeff Lacey too. I don't know if it was Jeff Lacey. He said he fought 8 rounds with a broken hand. You know, like this is. Listen, if you use any part of your body enough, wear and tear is gonna build up. If you throw in hundreds of thousands of punches throughout your life, like these fighters, your hands not gonna hold up so well. It's like I've heard of tattoo artists, like real devout tattoo artists, consistent tattoo artists, start developing like arthritis in their hands and carpal tunnel, all that type shit. You know what I'm saying? Like these things happen. Yeah, Joe Calzaghe said he was gonna pull out of that Jeff Lacey fight, but his dad made him fight. This the biggest payday of your career. This the biggest fight of your career. We not about to blow this opportunity. So Calzaghe fought with a broken hand. This is a real issue with fighters. Some fighters are durable enough where, you know, their hands can hold up to the punishment. Then there's other people whose hands can't stand up to that wear and tear, and they fall apart. Especially as you get older, like Kobe. When Kobe got to the end of his career, RIP to Kobe. But when he got to the end of his career, everything started breaking down on him. His Achilles, his knee. I think he did a dunk and like broke his shoulder. Like he did a lot. Like you could tell, like your body always tells you when enough is enough. But with the technology that we currently have today, I don't know why Shakur Stevenson isn't looking at that. Like I've heard of people having like bad, injuries in their hands and shoulders and knees and shit like that. And then they go get stem cells and they say it felt like a brand new fucking part of the body. I don't know. And I told him personally, bro, if y'all go look back at that interview that Cigar Talk did with him, I show up on the live and I'm like, yo, Shakur, look into stem cells, bro. If you have problems with your hands, look into stem cells, bro. He like, oh, I got you. Completely just one ear out the other. And now he crying, talking about, oh, I need to go talk to Mayweather to see what he did. Mayweather got cortisone shots, bro. The nigga didn't do nothing crazy. If you go ask Andre Ward, he had hand injuries too. This nigga was I remember seeing him put his hand in a bucket of rice and just squeezing the rice, just building up the strength in his hand. Like, they're not going to give you nothing that's going to be able. They just going to teach you they just going to tell you how they dealt with it, how they got through the pain. They're not going to tell you how to fix the problem. It's crazy. Tell Shakur all the time. If Zaquin Moses wasn't on my DMs acting like a little bitch, I'd probably reach out to Zaquin and tell him that his cousin should try stem cells. Look at this right here. Yes, stem cell therapy shows promise in treating injured hands and wrists, potentially accelerating healing. Potentially accelerating healing and reducing pain by stimulating tissue regeneration and reducing inflammation. Shakur, that sounds like something that you need to do. With all the money that you got, nigga, there's no reason why you can't get no stem cell therapy. Stem cells are your body's natural healing mechanism. They could transform into some type into the same type of cell that was injured to promote healing. Stem cells can also replicate themselves, mirroring the qualities of healthy cells to repair damage. They could also decrease inflammation, strengthen the affected area, and repair damaged tissues and tendons. Didn't Shakur tear a tendon or didn't he tear a tendon in his hand, and that's why he had to pull out of the Joe Cordina fight? Shakur, look into stem cell therapy and stop looking at other motherfuckers to give you advice. Go do your own research. Look into stem cell therapy. If you got to go travel somewhere to go get it the fuck done, go do it. Go look at the best. You're a fucking multimillionaire, Shakur. You're a fucking multimillionaire. There's no reason why you don't have access to the best stem cell therapy in the motherfucking world right now to fix your money makers. This nigga just want to sit here and wallow in pain when he could go get it done. Nigga, you got money. What the fuck is we doing? Rey Mysterio got stem cells in his legs. He still be flipping like how he did in the 2000s. Yeah, Kobe Bryant went to Germany. Yeah, I remember that. For his Achilles. I remember that. He ain't tear that motherfucker again, did he? Come on, man. Shakur, stop hanging around with these hood rat ass niggas and start having doctors around you, nigga. Start investing in your health. Stop going out to fucking clubs and buying bottles and shit. And chilling in club, bro. Go take care of yourself, bro. You not even you probably Shakur probably not even midway through his career yet. What the fuck are you doing? Well, he probably midway through his career. But still, you still got a whole lot of fight left in you. You got a whole lot in the gas tank. But as long as them hands is aching, you're gonna have trouble and probably gonna have to accelerate your retirement, bro. Probably gonna have to speed up that retirement process like Ward did, because Ward's shoulder was fucked, his knees was fucked. You know what I'm saying? Hands messed up. He had to walk away from the sport because he said them injuries was piling up. He couldn't handle it no more. Come on, dog. Conditions that may benefit from stem cell therapy: tendonitis, arthritis, carpal tunnel, instability, tears, repetitive stress injuries. I bet you that's what Shakur got. Impact injuries like fractures or sprains. This shit is a no-brainer. I don't get it. I don't get it. That's probably what the fuck Earl doing in Japan. Earl probably doing that shit too. You had two surgeries on your hand, and I could probably only do 6 to 8 hard rounds on the bag. That's crazy. Rest in peace to Kobe, absolutely. But all right, y'all. I'm gonna get up out of here, man. I appreciate everybody that came through and showed love to the channel. If you could hit the like button on the way out, that'd be very much appreciated, man. This was a great live. Shout out to Greg Hackett for coming through and showing love and chopping it up with your boy. You feel what I'm saying? Like I said, we're working on that Roley Romero interview. That should be out within the next 2 to 3 days. You know what I'm saying? So be on the lookout for that one. How old was Ward when he retired? I think he was only like 32 or 33. He retired at 33. So that was pretty young. But, you know, he always talked about wanting to retire on his own terms. You know what I'm saying? With him and Joe Calzaghe got in common. And that was his way to go about it, you know, with the biggest win in his career. But, all right, y'all. Y'all have a blessed, beautiful one. I'm going to go kick it with my son for the night. If y'all appreciate the content, go ahead and hit the like button. Go ahead and subscribe to the channel. Share the video. You know what I mean? Share the channel. Get the people to know who Mazuma TV is, the home of boxing excellence. As always, y'all have a blessed, beautiful night. I'm out of here, man. Peace.